Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to assemble a RadRax bike rack. I got all my parts laid out here. I'm going to be putting it into the F-150. It doesn't matter whether you're going to be assembling a RAD5, RAD4, or RAD2. This format will follow the exact same start to finish for the racks. Today we're going to be building a RAD5. Right here I have all my parts laid out. Obviously, popping the most is the blue baskets here. That's where your front wheels go, up at the top of the rack. I have my main post right here. This guy is our upper tire bar, the one at the two arms. The one at the nubs here, that's going to be our lower tire bar. This will be our hitch insert. We have, these are lower tire bar brackets. This goes with this guy. And then we got our lower pivot plates, these triangle shaped guys, and 3 bushings that go with these guys. I'll show you where they go shortly. And here I got my bolts and hardware. This is an anti-rattle bolt. We got some bungees. I'm just gonna put those right there for now. And then all the hardware that we need to put the bike rack together. Over here, we got a socket wrench with a 3/4 inch socket on it, a 3/4 inch open end wrench. If you do want to use 2 of these, you can do that. That's totally okay. For this video, I'm going to be using these 2 guys together. For torquing all the bolts down, I do have this torque wrench here as well. And then we got a 15/16 socket. That will be at the very beginning. Only needs to be used at 1 step. And then for the tire baskets, we got ourselves a 10 mil socket wrench, and that's on a little 1/4 inch drive. And then a Phillips screwdriver. All right, let's get things started. Let's get this out. This includes a channel with a nut in it. We got a bolt, lock washer, and a pin. So we're just gonna slip that onto this guy. And now we're gonna insert this into the hitch. You'll see we got 1/2 inch hole, 1/2 inch hole, and a 5/8 hole. That's the side that you want this to go into. It's gonna slide in like this. And it is normal that you will have to put a little bit of a pinch on this because as is, it won't fit, but you do want to pinch it so it does squeeze in like that. There we go. And then just press it until it lines up. You can see, perfect. Get this into the hitch. There. And here I'm just gonna throw the 15/16 socket on. So it's nice and tight. There we go. This guy, just slip it through here. This hole over here on that bolt, it is designed for a 1/4 inch padlock. Just so if you want to lock your bike rack in, you can put the 1/4 inch padlock on there with a key, and your rack is secure. Just gonna change this back over to a 3/4 inch. So first step, we got to assemble this triangle plate right here, and we're gonna be putting in a bunch of 3 3/4 inch bolts. Just gonna start by putting washers on all of these. For this bottom plate here, you do need 6 of these bolts. So first things first, 2 bolts go into 1 and 2, just like this, like that. And then on this other side here, we do want to go with 2 of the plastic nylon washers for spacing. So that's what it'll look like. Let's come and slide this on this side. There we go. On the other side, we want to go with 2 nylon washers, the other triangle plate, and we'll go 2 washers and 2 nuts. So that. So we'll slide this guy and this guy, and that will just slide on. And we got washer, nut, and nut. So for right now, we'll just go finger tight until the nuts hit nylon and you can't tighten them anymore. You do want to leave it open like this. Next up is we're going to put in these 3 bushings, 2 and 3. Now these bushings go, I'm going to put one right here. We'll start from the right to the left. So one right here, the hole right next to it, to the left of it, and then the hole above it. So 1, 2, 3. Slide that in. There we go. Pop that through. And don't forget to have your washers on all of your bolts before you put them in. So next up, number 2, slide that through. And number 3, through that top one there. And just put them into the other side. There we go. Now we'll just repeat. We'll go 3 washers and 3 nuts. Washer, 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 nut, nut. Again, this is all going to be finger tight. Now you're going to have a packet of grease and you will have a brush in your pack. For these 2 nylon washers, these 2 guys, we do want to apply grease for this step. Start with 1. A little goes a long ways on this. So that's going to go onto that hole right down here. Go, and then the other one will go over there. Just gonna put this onto this guy right here. Next up, you want to get your hitch pin ready. This guy right here. We'll put that right there. And then we do want this guy, which you already got ready. And we will need another nut and washer. And we're gonna get our main vertical post right here. I find it easiest, just kind of kneel it down. And you can see right here, it goes into that bottom hole there. I'm just gonna just slightly put that in there. Slide the tube up and then insert it into those holes. And then your hitch pin can go through this top one here. I didn't specify, obviously we got the logo on the top that you want, and then down here there were 3 holes. Just pull this out, the one it goes into, and then these 2 guys that are really close. That's how you indicate that that is the bottom of the post that you want to put in there. Just put that on there. That's the end washer. There we go, and we're ready to tighten everything up. 3/4 inch socket and the open and wrench. Just tighten these all up. All right, next up, this is the last step in the bottom pivot plate down here. We have this clevis pin here with a rubber bushing. The purpose of this is so that you can tilt your bike rack back and it doesn't end up damaging the powder coating. So that's gonna go into this guy right here. So we're just gonna kind of slide this in there a little bit, and then it's a little tight in there, but you do wanna just reach in with this rubber bushing down there. Slide it on, and then through to the other side there. Beautiful. Now that we got the bottom pivot plate and the main post up, our next step is going to be this upper tire bar that goes up on the top here with these 2 holes. It's going to be this guy right here, the 2 arms on it. Doesn't matter if you have a 2, 4, or a 5 bike rack. They will all have one side longer than the other side. As you can see, my left side here is longer than the right side. And doesn't matter which bike rack you have, the longer side is always gonna be going to your left. So in this case, we're gonna put it on like this. So I'm just gonna grab myself 2 bolts. Make sure you have your washers on there, bolt, and I got washers on those ones already. Let's just slip this up and on top of here. I'm gonna slide that in. It's nice, and this guy just slide in and through. Now we will put some washers and nuts on there. That's that. Just right up until we get finger tight. And then I'm gonna get my open end wrench and the socket wrench, and we're gonna tighten this up. There we go, nice and snug. Now that we got the upper tire bar on, our next step is going to be to put the baskets up on the top, the blue guys, these guys. So let's get one on here. The first part to go on is gonna be this kind of guy with the base on it. And we want to use our 3-inch bolts for this step. So we'll need 1 and 2 of these. And just slide that in like that, And you're gonna want this side to be to your right. So slide that on, like that. Washer and a nut, and a washer and a nut on the other guy. And use my socket wrench and the open end. Tighten these guys down. Just be careful not to hit any of the powder coating with your open end. There we go. And let's do this guy. Just gonna turn this. There we go. Next up, we want to put our other side, which is gonna be the left side. As you can see, there's no base on it. It's just kind of like a V, kind of W, or not W, but like U shape. And for this one, we want to use our 6mm fasteners here. And let's put a bolt, washer. On these 2 guys, we want to put the bolts in from the inside. So as you can see right there, I just put that one in. You can see the Phillips side. And then I'm just gonna do this for right now. I'm just gonna put it into 3 of the holes. 1, 2, and 3. And I like to put them in on the arms. We'll put it into this back guy, and then this back guy right here. As you can see, sort of pointing down and through. We're just gonna lift this up, slide that in. Now we're gonna line up the top one. It drops. Oops, knocked that out. I'm just gonna get a new one. And position that in like that. So now you can see that it is sitting in position there. Obviously not tightened. So let's just get some nuts and bolts on there before you find that you lose more. I'll put one onto this one right here first. Just hand tighten. Hand tighten. Hand tighten. And so we're just gonna repeat that for another 3 bolts here in those remaining holes that have not been used yet. Go thread coming out, it's the button head on the top of that back one. 1, 2, 3, and tighten those on. Finger tight on, and Finger tight on. Okay, now we're going to be using the 10 mil socket wrench and the Phillips screwdriver. We'll start with doing these two bottom ones here first. Your screwdriver can reach through here, or if you have a short one, you can just put it in there. Mine's long, we'll reach it through here. Just torque these up until they're nice and snug. There we go, nice and snug. And do this one here too. Nice and snug. And then we'll do these top ones. There we go. Now that we have this all bolted up, it's rock solid, it does not move. We got these guys tightened up. We got the button heads on the inside right here, and then we have the button heads on the top side, front and back. We're just gonna repeat this step for the other four on here. All right guys, now that we have all the baskets on the top done, they're all tightened up, rock solid on all of them. The last component to go on is going to be the lower tie bar that gets bolted onto these two holes down here. So the first step is going to be these little brackets here for the lower tie bar, and we're going to want our 3 3/4 inch bolts with a washer on them. Got 1 and 2. Slide that on, and then this guy can just line it right up like this. And then this guy, you just slide it right on like that. For this side. And then we're going to tighten them up. And we're just going to repeat on the bottom. Okay, now let's get this tire bar on here. For this, we're gonna need our 1 1/4 inch bolts. 1, 2, and then on here we got right behind all the nubs. In line with that, there are these 1/2 inch holes. Those are all for attachments. And then these ones that have no nubs above them are slots. You can kind of see they're more ovular. Those are the ones that you want to put these bolts through. And let's line these up. That, and like that. Put this other one on here. Do this other side. Now we got all of the components on there. Everything's assembled, all the bolts. The one final thing that you want to do is get your torque wrench. Set that guy to 40 foot-pounds. Just right there. And then anything that has a 1/2 inch bolt, whether it's up at the tire, down here in this section, or down at the bottom here, you do have to torque them all to a 40 foot-pounds. Awesome. Now that we're done with tightening everything to spec, our last step is to put the bungees on. Super simple. Just put the little one side over. I personally like to grab it by my palm on one side. I kind of like this. And then the other one, I just press and pull over. Do that for all these guys on the same side. Personal preference. And then on these baskets, I like to do them on the left side. One. The last guy. There we go. We're all set, fully assembled, start to finish. This is the Rad 5. Again, same formula, you can follow it start to finish, whether you got the Rad 2, Rad 4, or Rad 5, it's all the same, minus however many baskets you have up at the top. If you do have any questions, you can shoot me an email at hello@radracks.ca. That's hello@radracks.ca. Other than that, I hope everything went well for you guys and enjoy your new rack.